Hello friends, if you like to go out walking or trekking in the woods or in the mountains or occasionally off the beaten track, your main worry should be safety. That is, to ensure you can get back home. That means not get lost, and if you suffer an accident, you can be rescued. This means we must be able to find our way back and also be able to communicate any issue. Help! I need help! In the first case, we need a GPS or a map with recognizable waypoints and a compass. If we don't have any of these, we might go around in circles believing we're going in a straight line. In the second case, it means we must have a protocol for when we lose cell phone and internet connection. Let's see which are our options. First of all, the route back. Many of us use Google Maps to move around big cities and highways, and it's very useful. We can even use it to walk around parks and trails at the urban borders. Regretfully, as we move away from cell phone antennas, Google Maps loses precision, doesn't recognize some paths, and can take us to dangerous places. Now, if our walk takes us to a place with no cell phone and internet coverage, Google Maps will stop working, leaving us on our own and exposed to risks that can be deadly or cause large rescue expenses. Google Maps has just sent me to Japan. There is lots of intermittence here. Now it found me, and it shows H+ with one bar that comes and goes. Furthermore, the extreme dependence some people have on their tech equipment can make them ignore their natural instinct of self-preservation. For this reason, Google Maps is not trustworthy off the beaten track, and we must always carry with us 2 or more navigating alternatives. There are other apps that are more specialized and also can be used by the occasional walker. In the description of this video, I'll leave some links where they are reviewed. However, not all those apps have a free version, and they don't all use satellites or GPS for navigation. One free app that uses satellite GPS and lets us navigate offline with cached maps is Gaia GPS. Hiker is another app that lets us use maps to navigate offline for free. There are other apps that might be more convenient depending on where you walk, your language, and the app's quality. For that reason, you'll have to do your own research. Most of these apps can be downloaded from Google Play. Let's see our other options. This is a GPS. When I bought it, it was the cheapest and most simple GPS. The maps are very limited with no useful landmarks, unless we add them ourselves. However, it's highly precise. This is a 2-lane highway, and we only have 6 meters separating one direction and when returning. This is very useful for finding our steps back if we get lost. The only problem is that it eats batteries like Hannibal. A good map with easy to recognize landmarks like roads, paths, streams, elevations, gullies, etc., and a good compass is all we need to find a bearing, measure distances, and know where we are. I'm showing you these options so you can see that even the most basic instruments can be very useful. Now, let's examine what could be a safety protocol. If we are using Google Maps or other maps that don't work without internet, we must return to the last point where there was service. At this place, The last position with phone signal, is from where we must send a message by SMS or WhatsApp to a friend or family, showing us exactly our position and time, and additionally marking the map exactly where we are for future reference. Using the coordinates of our last location and elapsed time, if required, a rescue team can work faster, as the terrain they must cover is smaller. If your contact also knows your trek plan and target, the rescuers will have a faster and cheaper way of finding you. Once we find ourselves in a no cell service area, we should turn a phone off and only turn it back on if we want to find a signal. A cell phone in a no service area wastes too much battery repeatedly trying to find a signal. One way to avoid this, still keeping our cell phone on, is setting it to airplane mode. Google Maps still can find us if there is cell service. Other ways to save batteries is setting the battery to power saving. Turning off the Wi-Fi, reducing the screen light, and force stop the apps running in the background, although we don't use them. We must protect the phone from extreme cold and heat. Optimally, a phone needs a temperature between 62 degrees Fahrenheit and 72 degrees Fahrenheit. If it's too cold, we should put the phone in a case next to our body. If you leave your phone under the car's windshield or windscreen with temperatures over 95 degrees Fahrenheit, the phone can automatically shut down for safety, but it can also suffer permanent damage in its battery. If you're navigating with an app like Gaia that doesn't fork when there is no internet signal, all these procedures will help you save battery life, because you can't turn off the cell phone unless your path is so obvious you don't need to look at the screen or you want to take a rest. However, while you're resting, don't watch TikTok videos or YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, because they waste too much battery. That's obvious, right? Let's share our trip once we get home. If your walk will be very long, it will be a good idea to take along a power bank so we can recharge a cell phone if needed. Finally, cell phones have a design that makes it very easy for them to slip out of our hands, over a cliff or into the water. That is why we should always be prepared for the worst scenario. If we hold our phone with a cell phone clamp, we will have a way of hanging it from our neck without the risk of it falling by accident. On the other hand, having two cell phones is better than just one, if we can pay the bills, and it will be handy in the street if our cell phone is snatched by a thief. And you might want to take a whistle with you, just in case you get caught somewhere. We don't want to cut off our arm, do we? And never forget, if you're going to follow a complex route off the beaten track, always take a map and a compass, just in case. And practice your natural intuition. You never know when it will come useful. Well, friends, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please remember, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.